Police know you were passed away in that vehicle from the video. What did they see? A car!
Your mother involved in all this.
Whoa! Guys, we're reaching out to Madeline Soto. Madeline? So was it your mom that took your phone away? What? Yo, did you hear that? It said something about investigation. What are you saying? Is there anything that you want to say about Jennifer? Talking about Jennifer? A female.
Madeline, was the B-Day party really a show and sell for what? For who's to get you next?
Predator, a person who ruthlessly exploits others for their own gain. Fraud, deception intended to result in financial or personal gain. T Rev 757 is a true crime creator who claims to be an advocate, a voice for the voiceless. He is a fraud and a predator. His platform is built on lies where he uses his very personal trauma to ingratiate himself to his audience, as well as using that trauma to deflect from his abhorrent behaviors. This video focuses on only one of the many traumatic, senseless, and heartbreaking crimes that T Rev has exploited and monetized. Don't worry, the rest is coming. Fair warning, T Rev, I can't be bullied. Your tactics won't work here. Later in the video, I'm going to be reading out some of the text exchanges between the brain-dead ChatGPT lyricist Little T-Rex and Smoke. There are a couple of criminal masterminds who both need to stay out of missing and murdered children's cases. See, T Rev, you pissed off a lot of mama bears and a victim advocate that holds a grudge and doesn't stop. This is where fuck around and find out comes in, T Rev. Or should I say Austin? As you all are listening, I am asking you to remember 13-year-old Madeline was brutalized sexually for years by a man she thought she could trust. When he was finished with her, he murdered her and threw her body in a field, hidden by some trees and shrubs where she laid for days, alone. She was expendable to him. She was nothing more than something to exploit, to abuse, and to use. T-Rev wasn't going to allow Step and Stearns to get the last little bit of satisfaction. There was money to be made, clout to be chased, and shitty rap music to be platformed and sold. If I sound pissed off, it's because I am.
I felt like I was constantly under pressure. I can tell you right now, I've done some other things I'm not proud about either, and I will go ahead and I will admit to them. One of them is I came on his show one time, and he has sent me the messages. I have all receipts for those, asking me to come on when he was doing a live about the Madeline Soto case, for me to call in and to pretend to be Stephen Stern's friend, Rick Armstrong.
That was you?
That was me.
You son of a bitches. Oh my gosh. I knew that was so fake, but wow. So that was actually orchestrated between you two behind the scenes?
By him. And he told me to do it. And I didn't want to do it, but he asked me to do it so he can make more money and views.
Yeah. I mean, there has to be there has to be some accountability from you though, because you're not a dumb guy. You know what I mean? Like
No, there's not. I mean,
wow.
Well, I mean, yeah, I feel like a shitty person for doing it, because I feel like always trying to help him, because it was always about him, always about making his show better, what I can do to make his show better. So someone asked, was I paid to do it? Yeah. As far as payment goes, he was going to try to set up to get me more viewers for my show, which I mean, it's silly. It's so sickening to me. I ask I pray every day to God, because I feel like that's just sickening, and I hope that I get forgiven for it, because it's a sin that it eats away at me every single day. But I mean, I'm not going to not ever admit it. I own up to it. He never will, but I will. I own up to it. I think it's something that's not right at all. It's something terrible to do. But he has this kind of mob mentality to where all of his viewers think that he's just the saint. He does no wrong. he doesn't care about these cases. He's only there for a paycheck. That's all he wants is the money and the views. And I mean, that right there is proof. And I had the screenshots, I had the receipts of the conversation. You know, him saying.
Were you also the fake neighbor in Sebastian's case?
No, nope. The only one that I've ever done was the Rick Armstrong, and that was it. And after
to say like that was it, like that's about a little girl who was brutally sexually assaulted by her mom's boyfriend and then murdered. Like that's a big deal to add.
Right. I know. Oh, I know.
Disparity.
Yeah, I know, and I hate myself for it. Best believe I hate myself for it. I'm disgusted with myself, but you know, I wanted to admit that to you and to your viewers to shed some light about some of the corruption that's going on true crime on YouTube.
I mean, yeah, for sure. There's a lot of corruption going on. Wow.
All I remember is him having me call in his show twice. I remember this, the first time I did it, he said, if I keep talking to you, I'm going to get over 100K views on this.
If you kept talking as the fake friend?
Yes.
Wow. If you kept talking as the fake friend?
Yes.
Wow.
He said, more people want to hear you talk. Keep talking. 100K views guaranteed.
Well, good afternoon. So thank you for being here so we can bring as much attention as possible to the case of missing juvenile Madeline Soto. So let me first start by saying, I know as a parent, this is every parent's worst nightmare. Many of our detectives and deputies who are working the case, they also have children, so they're working extra hard to find Madeline. We can't even imagine the pain and anguish that Madeline's family is going through. But I do want to assure the community that we have well over 100 deputies, detectives, intelligence analysts, and specialized personnel who are investigating this case and searching for Madeline right now. And we will not stop until we find her. So Madeline is 13 years old. She has been missing since 8:30 on Monday morning when mom's boyfriend dropped her off near Hunters Creek Middle School. He dropped her off actually near the Peace United Methodist Church on Town Loop Boulevard. So I'll kind of go through like a timeline of events as we know it. Like I said, mom's boyfriend dropped Madeline off at about 8:30 a.m. on Monday morning, a few blocks away from the school. At approximately 4:30 on Monday afternoon, Madeline's mom went to the school to pick her up and found out that Madeline was not there and had never reported to school, so she never actually entered the school.
In our units out here, and we did discover what appears to be a body. The body has clothing very similar to what the victim was last seen wearing.
The Kissimmee Police Department confirmed Friday that it is the body of Madeline Soto that was found. In a statement, Chief Betty Holland said, quote, "It is with a heavy heart I inform everyone that as we expected, Madeline Soto is deceased. This is a sad day for our community and we mourn the loss of such a young life." Madeline's mother's boyfriend, Stephon Stearns, was arrested Wednesday for sexual battery and possession of child sexual abuse material just days after Madeline had been reported missing. Detectives found disturbing videos and images on Stearns' cell phone, which they say he attempted to delete.
If you see a child who you think is in trouble, if you see a woman or a male you think is in trouble, we have got to start reporting this as neighbors. There are, in your local community, you can go on your own local community and type in sex assault offenders within a 3 to 5 mile radius of your home. And in most states now and counties, you can pull that listing up and you'll be shocked to see how many people around you
that have these type of tendencies. Yep.
Yes. In a 3 mile radius, you could have 25 living in your area. You don't even know it. And the person you may be dating may be one of them, and you don't even know it.
She's right. I agree with you.
So we gotta,
and the one that did what he did to me when I was growing up, I was raped by somebody. It's going to trigger warning, but I'm open with it at this point in my life, and I've been talking about it for years. I just looked him up not too long ago and seen that he has a kid around him and everything, and still lives in Virginia Beach. He's still out there. So the stuff that he did to me and the torture that he put me through, I'm just glad that I was able to get out of that situation and now be here to not only give a voice, but also be a voice in the community and try to make a difference and give back. Because my first half of my life, it wasn't that great, but you know, I'm a walking definition of you can turn that shit around in one night, and you can help people push forward. And you know what I mean? You can make an impact on thousands of people with not only your story, but the way that you cover stories and the way that you're passionate about the stories that you cover. I mean, you can't just get on here and think, oh, I want clout and I want to grow and I want that. No, it's not about that. Your head has to be into the story. That's why you'll never hear me ask nobody for $1. That's why I don't give a shit about asking people for $1. I care about the stories that we're talking about. I obviously care about the details of the story, and people need to hear this shit. Stuff that you were just talking about within, you know, women and protecting different things, and we need to start reaching out. We need to start helping each other. I mean, for instance, I'm stuck in an eerie situation with something certain, but I got some stuff coming out on that, and it is heartbreaking across the nation that this is going on in households right now with even people who don't have criminal records. So
it's crazy. And I was thinking the other day about the movie The Killing Field, and I'm sitting there going, America is now the killing field. We all across this nation, we are now the killing field of these children, and it's insane. And just, you know, if you're neighbors and you think something's going on, if you and I know people don't want to get involved and they're nervous about stuff. If you've got police officers that aren't taking you serious, screw them and call the police back. You know, you can make anonymous calls. In the state of Florida, if you see a child being abused or you think a child's being abused, as a neighbor, you are considered a mandatory. If you're an adult, you're considered a mandatory reporter, even as a neighbor. And the state of Florida, somebody correct me out there if I'm wrong, just either passed or they're getting ready to pass a death penalty for people who sexually abuse children. So good luck in prison down here.
They need that everywhere.
They need it everywhere. And, but, you know, it's your story, and thank you for sharing your life and your story and for what you're doing to help. But we've got to help educate kids more.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
It's just, this stuff is just kind of sweeping it under the carpet anymore.
You said that right, and I had to pause you there. You said
they need it everywhere, and
we need to teach kids, and not only that, we need to teach them what to look for. If something is going on, you got to speak right away, and that's I didn't speak for 2 years, and finally, how I spoke out is I see the commercial in. When I was at my grandma's, visiting my grandma's, I seen an AIDS commercial, and I remember sitting there eating my Frosted Flakes. I looked at her after watching the AIDS commercial, and I told my grandma, I said, "Do I have AIDS?" And she yanked my ass up out that chair and pulled me all the way upstairs, set a bath, put some toys in there, and then she said, "Tell me more about why you asked me why you had AIDS. If you have AIDS?"
Oh, wow.
And I just completely told her. I folded and told her, I was like, you know, my life was being threatened. He said, if I tell anybody, he'd kill me, which is like, I literally spilled it all to her. So from that point on, grandma actually took the initiative. Nobody around me even could notice or nothing like that. The only person who noticed anything was my grandmother, who lived in Pennsylvania when I was living in friggin' Virginia. These signs, I didn't really know what was going on until, you know, I learned some things and growing up.
Right. And then by the time a perpetrator goes from you, how many have they assaulted on down the road? And as adults, as women, you know, especially women, and I'm sorry, ladies, it does come back on. Sorry, it does. We need to step back and go, no, you're not coming to my house with my kids. You're not.
March 4th, 2024. T Rev says, bruh, I dare you to call in and say you were his friend in high school. I'll fall out of my chair. Smoke says, LMAO, bet. What's his friend's name? T Rev says, make up one, LOL. Say you don't want to be known. I'll say you emailed me, LMAO. You got to change your voice, though. Smoke says, bruh, I got you. T Rev says, they know Smoke. Smoke says, you going to call me? T Rev says, yes, your phone. Smoke says, bet. T Rev says, that was funny as fuck. Laughing emoji, laughing emoji. They said he got scared. Smoke says, I lost service, but I recovered it. LMAO. Shit, call back. T Rev says, I got you. I'll call you. I just tried. Smoke says, my kid's home. It'll be too loud. I hope I did good. LMAO. T Rev says, yes, they want more. It will go viral, bro. I'll upload it and it will go crazy. Smoke says, fuck it. Call it. Didn't show you were calling. T Rev says, 100K plus. If I talk to you more, I'll upload it. Laughing emoji. Watch. Smoke says, try again. T Rev says, right now, here we go. Smoke says, K. Smoke says, LMAO, how was that? T Rev says, bruh, funny. I'll upload it. Watch. Smoke says, did I disguise my voice good? T Rev says, that shit was funny, bro. For real, for real. Laughing emoji. I'm going to upload it. You did your thing, Rick Armstrong. March 5th, 2024. I'm going to read out the messages here, but I will also be matching it up to T-Rev's live stream on the 5th. You can see it for yourself. T-Rev says, Rick Armstrong, the chat's calling for you. Smoke says, LMAO, all right, give me 5 minutes. I'm going to get chat fired fuck up. Rick has 0 fucks to give today, LMAO. Old Rick came and saw everybody talking down on him. I have to go back and watch your stream again to get the voice 100% exact. Call after this chick, maybe. I'm going to get crazy. T-Rev says, I got you. I'm about to call. Smoke says, K. T-Rev says, I just hyped it up. Laughing emoji. Here we go. 3,200. T-Rev says, bruh. Laughing emoji, laughing emoji. Smoke says, laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji. T-Rev says, I had to turn off my camera. I was laughing so hard. Smoke says, I had to prevent myself from laughing. T-Rev says, laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji. Smoke sends a screenshot of the live stream, laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji. T-Rev says, laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji. Smoke sends another screenshot of the live stream with 4 laughing emojis. T-Rev says, laughing emoji 3 times. Smoke says, class action lawsuit for Rick, laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji. T-Rev says, laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji. That shit has me dying. Yeah, we're going to sue a Google voice number. Smoke says, Rick has to look like Uncle Danny. T-Rev says, that's where we will send them. Smoke says, I would like to come up for like 5 minutes to discuss an angle with the mom. Well, pay attention to that. It'll come up later in the video. T-Rev says, Uncle Danny is and uses a pejorative term for a transgender person. I'll give a couple callbacks and call you. Just make sure you have your voice straight. That shit is fucking crazy. That fucking dude is weird as fuck, son. Smoke says, bet. Smoke says, someone in chat is posing as Rick and it's not me, bro. T-Rev says, LMAO, I know, it's cool. Fuck them. There's trolls. Laughing emoji. That shit was wild, Rick. Smoke says, laughing emoji. Everybody wants to see Rick die a slow, painful death. I told you I was going to be crazy. T-Rev sends laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji, and says, fuck Rick, son. Next Johnny needs to call. Laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji. Smoke says, LMAO, I have to figure out a Johnny voice. T-Rev then sent the link to the fake call he clipped and says, get in there and smash Rick's ass. LOL. Here's the thumbnail he made for it. Wonder if he called the police on himself.
Good phone call. If you want to call in, it's 219-885-9693. As you hear these crucial details coming in this evening about Madeline Soto, it's very heartbreaking. and it's sad to listen to, and it is sad to look at. But at the same time, we need some damn change. And the only way that we change is if we come together.
Out on 2 years when he had a 5-year sentence. That's a failure, and that sets children up to be abused again.
Yeah.
Apparently, I don't think this guy ever had a charge. I don't think you ever. I think you looked at that, and he's never been charged.
Traffic. I think it was traffic stuff. It was just that
Right.
was it.
Right. People, I've heard some people saying, you know, why he was charged long ago. He wasn't. He was that guy that called and said that he had seen some stuff, and his mom got him out of it, paying a friend off. But we don't know if that's true or not.
Email real quick. Speaking of that, one of his, I don't know, that person yesterday. The person yesterday. Can you give me a call? I want to address what that person said about me. Whoa, Rick Armstrong said, "Could you give me a call? I want to address what that person said about me." Rick Armstrong was the person who emailed me yesterday, wasn't it? Yeah, that's the same person who emailed me emailed yesterday for a call and said he was friends with this guy.
Right. There's another guy that's communicating as well. He's on another YouTube, guys. I saw it today. I was trying to find it and I found it. I'll send you the information. But they said he's speaking out again. He's speaking to more people, but it's not this Rick guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different guy. But I don't know. I think that with the police and the pictures, you know, everybody has sent a wrong picture or a wrong text message to somebody by hitting the wrong button. I don't know if that was off his work phone. They use their work phone for investigations, you know, looking at stuff, and he was trying to send it to a folder, a file, or somebody within the ranks and hit the wrong thing. I would be sick as a police officer if I did that by accident. I can't imagine them trying to put that out there for real, you know. I mean, why lose your whole career and also disgrace this little girl like that? I can't imagine somebody doing that on purpose.
Right.
Maybe I'm giving the cop a little more lenience there, but he's got to live with that one, you know. And for people who are looking at it and sending it to people, you know, have some respect for Maddie. She lost her life in a horrible way, and she doesn't need to be defiled anymore, even in her death. So just delete the picture, send it back to hell where it came from, and, you know.
Lawyered up. That's what they're saying. I'm getting reports that the mom lawyered up. That's what I heard yesterday.
Yeah,
I've been hearing that all day yesterday, that she lawyered up. So I don't know. They must be trying to get some, you know, answers out of her for something if she's lawyering up.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, working in the system a little bit that I have, I mean, when people are you know, your kid's been killed, your kid's been murdered, and you're living with a perp who obviously did it. You've been with him for 7 years. You know something. Lawyers in town are going to kind of gather around her and say, you need an attorney because you're speaking too much. I mean, this is how this works.
Right.
And so I'm sure somebody has told her, shut the hell up, stop talking, no more interviews, do not talk to the police unless you're with me, especially if she had inconsistencies. My concern is like I said, I'm afraid she's going to do the same thing that Kayla did, and that's, you know, get her immunity by sharing information when it's her own daughter. You know.
Yeah.
I mean,
sure. I don't know. What is this? What is he talking about? Somebody said something about. I'm trying to remember back a few phone calls ago.
Somebody said that I think they didn't think it was him, and if he had known this back then why didn't he say something?
Yeah, he said he wanted to address. He emailed and said, "I've been trying to get through. I can't get through, but I want to address it." So
right. And he said we were kids. We were young, you know, 17, 18-year-old kids, and you know, and I'm not agreeing with him and saying what he did was right or what they did was right, but like I said, how many times does this stuff happen on campus or at schools or high school, whatever, and everybody knows what's going on, but nobody's saying anything? It happens all the time, and you know, it's like your last caller said, we need to be having conversations with our kids and just saying, you know, this is your all's world coming up, and you're going to be parents one of these days.
Yeah.
And you want to know how to communicate with your children and have open, honest, you know, conversation here, and you know, understand if something happens to you or happens to one of your friends, it's okay to tell somebody, because they're so afraid somebody in trouble that maybe didn't do it. You know,
Well,
we've seen people go down for stuff they didn't do.
well, I'm gonna. Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, the justice system has definitely failed people, and I've seen some wild stuff. I can't remember this guy's name. I just watched it on Hulu not too long ago. But he did 21 years in prison for murdering his wife, and he never murdered his wife. It was actually a criminal who got out of prison and was homeless and found her on the side of the road, broke down and broke in and killed her. But
Yeah, there was
the neighbor lied across the street and said she seen him put the body in the trunk, and he
Yeah.
never did that ever. They were able to clear him of all evidence over fingerprints that they
Yeah,
missed from
and
21 years ago. So I mean, there's a lot of wild cases of injustice in our country. There definitely needs to be some fixes. Again, I appreciate you calling in. I'm gonna see what Rick wants to clear. He seems pretty angry.
Okay. I sent you an email, by the way.
Oh, did you? Let me check.
I did just a little while ago. So it says Elijah Vu.
Yep, I see
on
it. I see you, Mary. I see you, Mary. Yep,
All
I
right.
see you.
All right.
Thank
Talk
you.
to you later.
That you must be talking about that vehicle of interest. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. We got some stuff to
Right.
talk about that too, and I appreciate you calling in. Thank you for sending that email. I'm going to check that out too. We need to release some stuff on Little Elijah, so I'll share that on the platform, make a video about it. Thank you so much. God bless you, man. Make sure you lock your doors, stay vigilant. I know you'll be in chat though, so shout out to you. Thank you for being tuned into the show and actually taking a part of the show and being a voice and again sharing your thoughts, opinions. I feel like it's helpful not only to the community, but for me also. Thank you. So I want to thank you for that.
Well, thank you. Thank you for all you do and being a voice for these kids. Thank you.
God bless you, ma'am.
You too. Love you. Bye.
Love you back. All right, here we go. I guess let me shoot him back a call. So this person is the person that Doug was talking about, our first caller. Here we go. Let's see what the air clear needs to be. Clear the air.
Hello?
Hello. Is this Rick?
Yeah, who is this?
You yesterday you emailed me, you just emailed me again and said somebody said something, you want to clear the air?
Well, tell you what. Yeah, and I think I remember who this is. And I think this is what T Rev in your show that you were talking about. I've seen everything that was going on. I went back and I found your stream and I watched it. And I've seen all your chat on there running their mouth, call me, saying that I'm a liar and saying all kinds of stuff. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not a liar. They can say whatever they want. I don't care. But I'm not happy about it. You know, I'm not happy.
No, but what bothered you the most, like that you seen?
Just them basically saying that I'm some kind of a troll or that I'm some kind of person on here that's just trying to call you and give you misinformation.
Well, no. I think it's the simple fact that people are saying, if you've seen those things, why didn't you report it to the police then? I think that's more of what it is that could, that the people are saying from what the comments that I've read. It's more of why didn't if he's seen these things, if this guy's seen the things that he said, why did he not report it to police? I think that's more of what the people, more of the majority of the people are saying in the totality of it. You know what I mean? That's what I think personally, just from comments that I've read.
I gave you tasteful information. That could help out the case a lot. And everyone was chiming out and saying that I'm just making stuff up. These people don't know a damn thing. I gave you tasteful information. I told you. Everyone calls him Stefan or whatever. I knew him by Steven. Unless he gave me an alias, I'm sorry, but that's what I knew him by. And I feel like you're just taking that information and your chat's taking that information and you're stretching it or some shit. And I don't know. All I will know is when I seen the chat, everyone mouthing, it got me. It got under my skin because I'm not here to take away from the actual case. I'm here to shed some light because I actually know the guy.
I mean, okay. I'm just saying though, in general, when it comes to this, when it comes to what was said about you in chat, I'm almost positive it was from what I just said about not letting police know that this guy, that you've seen things like this, like him with minors and stuff like, because that's what was said yesterday. You said you've seen stuff with minors, so why didn't you report it? That's what the majority is saying, and I thought the same thing.
Well, I mean, at the time, though, I mean, we're a lot older than some of you folks. You know, we're not the same. You know, we're a lot older than some of you folks. So at the time, you know, of course that was frowned upon, but there's a lot of stuff that happened back in the day that wouldn't, you know, go around now because it's just different times. You know how many rock stars or singers back in the day that were having relations with underage girls that never got covered by media or nothing? But nowadays, it's, you know, I'm not condoning it. I'm just saying, different time period.
All right. So let me. All right. So if what type of stuff did Steven Stearns do then? What type of stuff did you see him do? I mean, with your own eyes that you've been around.
Well, I've seen him try to pick up younger girls that were, we were in our teens. We were like our 16, 17 years old. And he'd try to go after 8 or 9-year-old girls, sometimes even 10 or 11, to have sex with them, be in a relationship with these younger children. I've seen it.
Oh,
my question is this, why all of a sudden is this information getting brought out? If anyone looks deep enough, you can find the information yourself. There's plenty of people in Florida now that still know him.
9 years old though.
9 or 10, I would say. There were a few that were 9 or 10 years old, and then I know that there were some who were 12 and 13 years old.
You know how hard that is to listen to hear someone say they seen with him try to hook up with 9 and 10. That's hard to hear for me. I mean, I want to say then you didn't think that was fucking wrong?
I thought it was wrong. I questioned him about some of the stuff, but he threatened to cause me physical harm.
Okay, I mean, I can get that. But damn, like at 8, 9, I don't know. I'd report that. But I mean, I don't know what your age was at the time too. So I guess what the age factor would matter into everything when it comes to how old you guys were at that time.
T Rev, listen to this.
But your mindset, if you thought that this person was really going to hurt you, were you in fear for your safety and you didn't talk to police because of fear for your safety? I'm trying to factor in how old you were then when this happened. So how old were you when he was trying to hook up with those types that you're talking about? How old were you?
18 years old.
16?
18 years old. 18.
18 years old.
18 years old. I'm pretty much basically a year younger than him, and he was doing all that stuff. T Rev, listen, I'm gonna tell you something right now, and I hope you are alive because I want this brought out. There were certain times where I would pull him to the side and tell him that his whole entire attitude and his approach to this was completely reckless. And you know what he would do? He would laugh it off and say, "Hey, man, who's going to catch me? Who's going to rat on me? Are you going to rat on me? Are you going to roll on me and tell somebody?" He goes, "You're only guilty if you get caught."
Or Steven, or as you call him, or whatever. And that you've seen him touch 9 or try to hook up with 9-year-olds and 10-year-olds. That you don't find nothing wrong with that in that capacity of your mind. You don't find nothing wrong with that. Level out with me here for a second, Rick. Level out with me and tell me straight up. You don't see nothing wrong with talking to or seeing one of your friends talk to a kid such as 9, 10, 11, and 12, 13. It don't matter. You don't see nothing wrong with that. Yes or no?
No, I do not see nothing wrong with that. Because you know why? Because me and Steven were both part of a fucking ring. How about that?
Nah, I call bullshit. No way.
Get the fuck out of here!
No way. Man, come on. No way. 219-85, 96, 93. This shit is like Oprah right now. Next. I don't know what's up with that. 985, you're live. Talk to me. Bring me back to life, please.
Oh, hey, sorry.
Bring me back to reality,
get this. So, yeah, hey, I just found your channel a couple days ago. I am so, into this story. And, man, first of all, that was just on there. Wow. I ain't buying shit he's selling at all. The other thing, Justin, Jennifer as a whole, her whole parenting thing should be really questioned. I mean, I know I'm a mom. I've been a working mom. I have never, ever missed a single birthday party for any of my kids. I put in well in advance, hey, I need this day off for my kid's birthday. That just seems off to me. Her leave, she had to have left this kid so many times with that man for him to get away with doing this. How long, was he a babysitter? Where was she at when all this was happening? I'm so blown away by all of that. It's so crazy.
It is crazy. And the fact that I'm kind of baffled, my bad. I'm still lagging from that last call because I'm like, here, hold up. You're 18. You were 18 and you've seen this dude with 9, 10, 11-year-old? What?
I'm not even sure. I don't think this dude knows this dude at all, to be honest with you.
No, I'm saying what if that is true?
If that is true,
honestly,
that's crazy.
These people on the internet, I honestly, after Idaho 4, all the crazy people that came out, I honestly don't know what to believe when I'm talking to people. So I try to, take everything with a grain of salt. But what if that is true? I don't know if
it is. That's so messed up. Oh my God. Even if he would have said 17, 18-year-olds, but he was talking kids, this is all crazy. How did anybody think that was okay? I don't care what age you are. You know when something's wrong.
I'm not.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not buying it either. I think he's trying to get some little, getting his little 5 minutes, I guess. But that ain't the way to go about it. Wow. I just made him look even worse than the other guy.
Yeah, I'm
I mean,
yeah, it's all right. We'll clip it.
in the same little, you just assume be as guilty as he is if you're gonna watch it and not say
Email it.
anything.
Either way, I'm gonna clip. So I'm clipping just that part out and I'm sending it over in the email to the line just in case. Just like
Yeah, I
did
would
before.
definitely I would send that over because it should be checked into. Because I mean, hey, I don't know if he saw it physically with his own eyes, means he was there. That's kind of crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he was speaking from when they were kids. I don't know. I got confused. The part that got to me was, when I said, well, how young did you see them with? 9 years old, 8, like something. I'm like, what? 9
He
years?
named a bunch of different ages too, so it kind of his story was all over the place.
Nothing's wrong with 9 years old. You don't see nothing wrong with that. That right there.
Oh, no. I have an 11-year-old, and we have talks all the time. Like, no guy is allowed to see, touch, nothing. I don't care if they're uncle. I don't care if they're grandpa. Nobody. I mean, I don't know. I just don't get people. I'm sorry. I was shocked you actually answered. I've been trying to call for a long time.
No.
So when you answered, I was like,
we're gonna be on for a while tonight. I see somebody said callback. I got you. Here's the first callback email. People, if you're not getting through and you want to get through, you're emailing for callback. So here's the first one I seen. This callback.
Hey, what's up, brother?
What's going on? You email for a callback? What's going on?
Yeah, it's me, man. It's me, Smoke. What's up, Revgang? What's up, everybody? I actually really think that the mom's going to get off because I feel like the mom is going to somehow say that she didn't know it was going on, and somehow she's going to get off on all of it. He's probably going to do time over, I think, but I think she's going to get off.
Let me see it. I see some callbacks. I got you. Hold on, I got you. I'm gonna answer this one when I see Dog Libby live. 580, you're on the show. Talk to me.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. You are live.
Thank you very much. I'm gonna mute my TV. Well, yeah, I've been on here for a minute. I was on here last night listening as well too. I'm revved up. I got triggered. Everything else. You look at the statistics for females. 1 in 4, the numbers are 1 in 4 have been at least molested. And so I'm sure there's a lot of women out there with our stories and what's happening. I'm 67 and Rick is 36 and he didn't know how to do better and everybody accepted it. Really bad news to hear a man say that, especially a man who says he's a father. And just a little guide that person might go by is if you don't feel like telling the police, why don't you tell the child's parent?
Right.
A parent will involve the police, or a parent will handle it. I will go. Well, I have actually just gone all in. It happened to me. I blabbed. I told, and it happened again. And I told, and it was all handled to my satisfaction. I gave nothing up. It was taken from me, and so I don't shrink back. I'm built different, I think. And then a lot. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, I interrupted you. You were saying good evening to you. Hello?
No, I'm there. I'm listening to you.
Okay, I thought you were getting ready to say something.
Nah, I'm listening to what you're saying.
Well, for a father to say that, and I'm speaking to Rick, or anybody like Rick. I live on a street here that I have some Ricks on. And
okay, so you're referring, all right, I got you. You're referring back to the caller from earlier.
Well, yeah, that's what got me feeling that I'm going to say something, because never has it been acceptable just because nobody told, just because no man told. It's never been acceptable.
Tell me, what does it look like in heaven? Is it peaceful? Is it free like they say? Does the sun shine bright forever? your fears and your pain gone away. 'Cause here on earth it feels like everything good is missing since you left. And here on earth everything's different. There's an emptiness. Oh, I hope you're dancing in the sky, and I hope you're singing in the angels' choir. I hope the angels know what they have. I bet it's so nice up in heaven since you arrived. Tell me, what do you do up in heaven? Are your days filled with love and light? Is there music? Is there art and invention? Tell me, are you happy? Are you more alive? 'Cause here on earth it feels like everything good is missing since you left. And here on earth everything's different. There's an emptiness. Oh, I hope you're dancing in the sky, and I hope you're singing in the angels' choir. And I hope the angels know what they have. I'll bet it's so nice up in heaven since you arrived. I hope you're dancing in the sky, and I hope you're singing in the angels' choir. And I hope the angels know what they have. I'll bet it's so nice up in heaven since you arrived. Since you